Lima beans or butter beans are one of those things that's great to have on your pantry shelf for long-term storage, and these are really easy to grow. I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and today I'm going to show you how to plant them biointensively so that you can have a big yield. One of my favorite lima bean varieties to grow is Henderson's bush lima bean. That means it's a bush variety, it doesn't need a trellis. And I can plant them anywhere in this bed or in the whole bed, and I can harvest them fresh or wait for them to dry out, for the pods to dry out and harvest them dry. I have another video on how to harvest lima beans either fresh or dry, so check that out when we're done here. To prep this bed, I've loosened the soil, but I haven't added any nutrients, any fertilizer, because these beans, like all legumes, make their own nitrogen. So they're not going to need anything yet until we get to the fruiting stage. And then they will need phosphorus and potassium. I've also wet the bed down so that when I drill holes with my finger, those holes stay put. Because you're going to plant bush lima beans at least an inch, maybe an inch and a half deep. They sort of push themselves up during the seed sprouting process, and you want to make sure they're deep enough that they don't heave above soil. This soil has been loosened and is nice and friable. It's got a lot of compost in it, and now it's time to drill holes. We are using the Grow Biointensive plant spacing chart to figure out how to place these. Beans in general can be 4 to 6 inches apart. I'm going to place these about 6 inches apart and drill holes that are about an inch and a half deep. So that is like this. And sometimes the hole collapses, and that's okay. But we're basically going across the entire length at 6 inches apart. And yeah, you can use a ruler if you want to. So your first row is here. Your second set of holes are going to be up 6 inches and away from your next hole. So here, here, and here, and so on and so on. Then your next row is 6 inches here, here, here. So I'm going to continue with the entire bed with this spacing. Like with a lot of biointensive techniques, you aren't overseeding. You're planting right where you need to plant, and then if something doesn't emerge, you go back and fill it in. And that builds in a natural succession planting schedule. And now we're ready to plant. And these are beans from our collection. I do not soak beans ahead of time. These will do just fine if I keep the seed bed moist enough. So we're going to drop these in the hole. Just one is all you need. One of the beautiful things about the biointensive method is that you can go around your existing plants that are still in the bed. I've got some poppies and some mosh here that I'm waiting to harvest or to, let them flower. So you can drop these in and then go back and add some new seeds. The other thing that's important to know is that you'll probably have to protect your seeds once planted from critters, because birds love to come and dig these guys up. So we'll put a layer of floating row cover over the top of this once we finish planting. And then just backfill. Now you have to keep watering every single day to keep the seed bed moist. If you've got soil that dries out quickly. If your soil is more clay, you won't have to water every day. You don't want to overwater, but you need to keep that top inch of soil wet the entire germination process, which is between 7 and 18 days. All right, garden nerds, that's it. To get this, all you need to do is what I just showed you. Use a 4x4 bed or even a smaller space, but if you want a few jars of beans, you want to plant at least a 4x4 bed, maybe more. For more information about growing lima beans and other beans and how to use them in your kitchen, go to gardenerd.com. And if you like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to find out when our next video comes online. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff we do here at Gardenerd. Patreon supporters get expedited answers to your burning gardening questions and monthly hangouts with me. Check out my online courses, my books, and all the other stuff at gardenerd.com. Happy gardening.